So the way to endure suffering is to realize that suffering and ecstasy are synonymous words, no pun intended, because the instrumental I'm using is called Molly by Dil Vinci. But yeah, bro, I guess that's just a sign that this video was meant to come out, bro. Like, that's just how the stars aligned, and I ain't talking about no fucking astrology. But the reason I say these words are synonymous is because these words are defined by each other. You know, their definitions are relative to each other. And if you don't understand what I mean, I'm gonna give you an example using logical mathematical postulates, okay? So +1 and -1 are actually the same fucking number. They hold the same fucking value. They're just opposite. So like in an alternate universe, +1 could actually be -1 and vice versa. Like it really wouldn't make any fucking difference because like they're still opposites. They still hold the same value and they're still opposite. So if you apply the same logic to emotions, because emotions are the product of physics, which is math, you know, it's the same shit. Like they're defined by each other, man. Like it's a spectrum. You can't have one without the other. Like to give you another analogy, it's the same as left and right. I mean, they're kind of like there is no such thing as left or right in the universe. We just happen to label it that because that's how we perceive it. Like if you put your right hand up to the mirror, right? If you were to be from your assuming like, okay, imagine your reflection is a portal into another dimension. You put your right hand up to the mirror, your reflection puts its left hand up to the mirror, right? So with these two dimensions, right, how do you know, assuming you could be both people at once, right, how do you know who has their right hand and who has their left hand? You can't, because it doesn't fucking matter. It's the same shit, it's just opposite. Now the reason this ties into suffering and ecstasy is because these are like, they're relative, you know. It's that whole non-duality shit. You know, you can't have one without the other. And, you know, you're gonna feel the difference between the two, but what you have to do is just stay in a positive mindset. You know, you have to detach emotionally from suffering itself. And then after that, it's just stimulation, because that's all it really is. If you can suppress or turn down the volume of that emotional response that you have while you're suffering, it's not as bad. You know, it's just stimulation at that point. Like you just observe the suffering. Like you can't eliminate suffering, but you can make it easier to deal with, make it, you know, not affect your day-to-day life. Like you can wait it out. And the longer you focus in on something, the more you're gonna feel it. Like it's the law of attraction. Like it might sound like bullshit, but that's true, dude. Like if you're always in a negative headspace, you're going to feel worse. And you might be a little bit mad, but I never said that you could eliminate suffering altogether. I said how to endure it, you know, how to let it not affect you as deeply. You know, like you can still function, you're still productive, you can somewhat still be happy. You just don't have to pay such attention to what's causing your suffering. You know, you can turn the volume down on all the negative shit and just focus in on the positive shit. Like, yeah, it's still gonna be there, but not nearly as long, and it's not gonna be nearly as bad. Like, just try it out. Like, analyze your thought patterns, analyze your behavior, and like every time you catch yourself like, oh, complaining and shit, like feeling sorry for yourself, slap the shit out of yourself, man. You got so much shit to be happy about, man. But anyways, I'm gonna end this shit, man, and I'm gonna see y'all later.